Good afternoon, friends. Welcome to this in-house seminar. And I hope that you'll feel bored, but still I will try to complete as soon as possible. Before I start this seminar, in order to touch my topic, because I will not tell you the topic now, but some glimpse I will be showing you to introduce my topic. And you are familiar of this Mumbai attack that took place in 2008. 26/11 is known for that, and killing 175 people. And you know, the incident was worldwide criticized by all the governments of the countries. And we can know that Taj Hotel was destroyed, Oberoi Hotel, then CST Sympathy terminal. Everywhere, you know, chaos was there in Mumbai. And everyone knows 9/11 attack that took place in 2001 in USA during the time of President George Bush, and killing around 3,000 people and injured 6,000, sorry. And this was the well-planned terrorist attack. Mostly it was said in the worldwide that it was the plan of Osama bin Laden. But actually we don't know. It was his work, or he was the mastermind, or we don't know. But it was very terrific, and when the plane collided against this World Trade Center, and many media came and they shot the live video. You must be aware of it. I think you are able to recognize these dumped things, or so-called. Can anyone guess? Can anyone guess?
Because of Corona.
This is the time of Hitler, and he was very much inhuman in his character, and we are not aware of it, but about his life, some of us may have read in the internet something like that, or maybe in during our colleges or something like that, but about his inhuman action is very much blamed, criticized by centuries because of the Holocaust of the Jews. And Holocaust, is the mass killing of any generation or any race. Actually, he wanted to kill all the Jews because he hated them. What was the main reason? We don't know. And if he go to his background, in the beginning, since his childhood, he was very much insecure, and his life, his childhood was very much, so to say, ill-treated by his parents, neighbors, and so on. And this is how he had this kind of bad effect in his life. And when he came to power around 1940s or late 1930s and all, he hated all the Jews, right? And between 1941 to 45, he killed 6 million Jews, 60,000 Jews. See here, reported by GTI, Global Terrorism Index 2020. According to the report I have found here, 558 terrorist attacks in India till 2020. Then data says 1,70,000 terrorist attack worldwide from 1970 till 1920. Regarding human trafficking, according to United Nations, and United Nations was founded in 1945, you know, and the report it has says that 50,000 human trafficking victims reported by 148 countries. I am showing the glimpse of these kind of inhuman activities so that I can touch my topic. Report by Corruption Perception Index, it is CPI 2021. The highest corrupt country so far found according to the record in internet is in Syria. And the least corrupt country like Denmark, New Zealand, Finland and so on are there in terms of bribery or corruption. Even bribery also is a corruption. Report by World Health Organization founded in 1948 says 35 women worldwide subjected to sexual violence. Another inhuman act we have homicide. Can anyone tell the meaning of homicide? Anyone among you?
Suicide.
Suicide in another one. We have insecticide, infanticide, genocide we have. Matricide, okay, then homicide here. Homicide is killing of human being, killing of a person, right? So lots of reports we get in our countries, even around the globe also every day. Homicide, killing one person, killing other human being. Then let's come down to the little lower level of the crime. We have always tussle, anger, argument with others. So this kind of behavior shows that we are not able to control our emotion. When we are not able to control our emotion, we just display what we have in our thought. We cannot control. So that's why we have riots and unrest. Example you can see recently or last year, or maybe not that I can say, but like Kisan Andolan took place when thousands of farmers gathered near Delhi and they went for dharna for many months and lots of destruction also they had. So this kind of activities shows unethical character. Then we have robbery, theft. Then of course aged people are sometimes very much mistreated, mostly in the well-off families, mostly in the big cities, when the children of the old parents and all mistreat their parents. Aged abuse is there. Then of course we don't want to choose life, we want to choose hatred. Female ferticide we have. Hate speech we have. Sometimes when we are not able to understand the perspective of others, when we are self-centered, we have hate speeches, right? Now in this democratic India, Nowadays you can see the ruling party blaming the opposition party blaming the ruling party. This kind of speech goes on in the political field also. Then we have, of course, another, so to say, bad character, betrayal. We say one thing to others, but in our mind something is there. So the present reality is that things that will destroy us are politics without principle. Of course, just now I told you that even though democracy is found all over the world, mostly the 90% of the countries of the world have already following the principles of democracy, but politics is just politics without principles. You can see in India, pleasure without conscience. We want pleasure, sensual pleasure we have, and we don't have the consciousness. Conscience means the state of our mind, the judgment of our mind. Conscience in Hindi we can call chetana. Then wealth, we want ample of health, right? Wealth, but we don't want to walk. We want to sit and we want to have just wealth. We want to acquire knowledge. Okay, we are having knowledge, but knowledge is not turned into a good character. Now we have a business, we want to do business, but without morality. Now science does not believe in religion, right? Religion always expresses to be human, but science does not believe the religious principles, does not believe the scriptures. Science believes only in reason, logic and reason. And in logic and reason, there is the lack of humanity. We don't understand the others. And worship without devotion. We belong to mostly here Hindus and Hinduism and Christianity. Just we go to the church for the sake of going as a routine. Maybe we go to the temple just for our routine, something like that. And devotion is not there. Inner feeling not there. So there are two sides of our society. Our society today lives by the negative side, like helplessness, confused, and so on. No need to read, but other side we can see the goodness of our society that is within us. So far we have seen from the beginning till now, the preceded slides we saw how inhuman we are. That's why the great philosopher Thomas Hobbes, English philosopher, in his book Leviathan, he says, man is a wolf unto man. Man is a wolf unto man. It means we are self-centered. We are not able to understand the feeling of others. We want to see the others in our perspective. We don't want to see them in their perspective. Always we are trying to attack, or we have the selfishness. That's why we don't have the inner feeling to feel like others. That's why correctly he has said man is a wolf unto man. The same thing to the character of human being. Just now we had a theory given by John Locke. It is called tabula rasa theory. This is a Latin verse of something like that. He says in his theory tabula rasa, human mind is blank, slate at birth. It means when the child is born, nothing is there in the mind of the child. Because everything we receive in our life, is received by perception and experiences. Everything that is learned through experience and perception. Let us a little bit talk about perception. Perception is the way of understanding something that is in front of us. Perception is beyond understanding. When you perceive something, we try to understand in our perspective as well as the other perspective also. So, in order to learn something in both the perspective, in my perspective, in the other perspective, when both the perspective meeting together, there comes humanity, humanism. Let's talk about humanism, because absence of humanism always leads to the inhuman act. So it is a philosophy that stresses on the uniqueness of each individual. Uniqueness. I accept myself as I am accepting you as you are. So man is free in nature, he has his dignity, and it is also, humanism also stresses on individualism, wherein everyone is free. Value education is totally different from value of education. I repeat, value education is totally different from value of education. So mostly I will be touching value education and its significance. So first let us understand the meaning of value. Something that is important, anything that is important, unique, worthy or useful for human beings. Suppose anything is valuable, it has its own uniqueness. We are totally different from each other. We are coming from different castes and creed and religions. Though we are different, we are unique. So when we respect the uniqueness of others, there only value comes, because value is the foundation of the society in a human way. Because without value, we cannot have any knowledge, we cannot have any skills, we cannot have any education, because value is the base, and value is almost like divine, it is godly. Because value is always, it is so to say pervading everywhere. So I come to my actual topic, that is value education and its significance. So value, suppose value, let's talk about in other perspective, in you perspective, value. In others perspective, shows others' personal attitude. Personal attitude, the way they are, it shows. Second source here shows someone who he is. Shows someone who he is. It shows the one's worthiness, the way he is or she is, shows well-being of others in others' perspective. In my perspective, I am who I am. Means uniqueness. मैं जो हूँ वही हूँ, right? I am who I am because I am unique. And one thing, second one, I must look at the things not as I am, but as they are. In my perspective, if I look at anything, any object, in order to appreciate that object, I should not look at the thing as I think, but I have to look at the thing as it is. It is a philosophical thought. I have expectations from others. Now, when my perspective and others' perspective, meeting together, remember there comes harmony, prosperity, and happiness. Because my perspective and other perspective coming together, and there is uniqueness, there is harmony, and here we are accepting each other, treats everyone equal. It forces us to treat others as we are, irrespective of caste, creed, gender, and so on. Okay. Since little bit I talked about value, let's talk about education little bit separately, the meaning of it according to my own understanding here. This is the process of teaching, learning skills. Remember, education means to impart knowledge and skills in human being. Value education with the learning of, remember that what is universally valuable to all. See, when we learn value education, it has to be universally accepted. What is conducive to our individuals' collective happiness and prosperity in an ethical way. Value education enables us to be in harmony. Harmony means that is mutual understanding among ourselves, where we share our joy, sadness, and happiness. We are sometimes alone. We are in nature. Sometimes we want to spend the time among ourselves amidst crowds, lots of competition. Need for value education. So why do we need here? Actually, we need to know ourselves, correct identification of our true self. Remember, we think that we know ourselves, but actually, if you go to the deeper level, we are not knowing ourselves because of first one busy lifestyle, and we are very much preoccupied with many things. And we are having self-centered. Self means egoism we are talking about. Self-centeredness. I'm thinking about myself, not thinking of the others. Then modernity, we are aware of it. Like Kali Yuga we are talking about, modernity. And then how modernity has ruined the value of life. Then consumerism, lots of products available, lots of choices available in this economic world. Then multi-indulgence, we are indulging ourselves in various activities. We are not aware of it, right? And sometimes we are ignorant to know something. Here, to understand universal human values, because we are involved in materialistic world. Remember, human values you have to know. Just now I repeated a little bit, materialistic world. We like to have the collection of things after things. When we make a new house in the beginning, there are lots of places when we make a new house, right? But as we continue to live for many years, there is no place to keep the things. We are materialistic. Maya, illusion. Remember that. Maya, illusions. Remember, they are in the world of internet. We are so much engrossed that factual things are not presented to us. Illusion in there. Greed for modern products we have, right? The new products suppose launched, we try to buy them, mostly the electronics or for our comforts and many things. And insecurity bound we are not secured. Sometimes due to our lifestyle, if we get some sickness, we are not secured and we go to the doctor and many things. Because insecurity comes because of our lifestyle, we are not able to handle ourselves. See, without value we cannot have the success, because value is the base or the root of the success. If you have the value, you will have the knowledge. If you have the knowledge, then skills we have to achieve. And we have the value, then we will be able to know which way we are going and how fast we are going, whether we are going to the wrong place or the right place. And if we have the value, then we will be able to know if we are going to the right place, how fast we are going to the right place, how slow we are going to the right place. It helps in identifying basic healthy requirement, methods and practice to achieve goals. Then it also gives us the developmental skills, the skills by which we learn many things since our childhood till now. Developing attributes we have under developmental skills. So evaluation of beliefs, identifying what is right or wrong, sources of beliefs to be evaluated. Then self-exploration, remember. Self-exploration is mostly the self-realization, where we know ourselves. Values help us bringing out our dormant and hidden attributes. Dormant, that is hidden, that is not known to anyone. Dormant, that is not active. Basic guidelines for value education. Now it has to be value education has to be universal, because when any value or any norms is accepted, it has. Then value education should be rational. We are not in dogma, so to say here. Logic has to be there, reason out we have to do. It should be based on the reason and not based on dogmas. Can anyone tell the meaning of dogma? Dogma is a blind belief, right? Accepting without knowing it, whether it is right or wrong. Blindly you are following the principle. Any authority we are following without any questioning, without any understanding, called dogma. False belief. So dogmatic qualities should not be there in value education. Value education should not be based on sermons or do this, don't do that. It should be logical. For example, 2 plus 2, 4. Right? We cannot say no, it is 22. It has to be logical, rational. Suppose we are in dogma, then 2 plus 2, we can call it 22. Dogma, blindly we are accepting. But when we are reasoning out, when we are using a logical mind, 2 plus 2, 4. So value should be like that, universally accepted. It has to be natural and verifiable. Natural means that is that is not our control. It comes automatically. It is divinely. It is godly. Anything that is around us. For example, here, suppose we feel cold in winter. That is natural. But when we feel cold through AC, that is not natural. It has to be all encompassing. Remember, means pervading everywhere, spread everywhere. It means including everything, everyone. It has to permeate. Same thing, pervading means permeate. Okay, into all the dimensions, namely living, thought, behavior, work, understanding, realization, in all levels. The actual or basic value of this education is harmony actually. When we live together in one mind, when there is oneness, there comes harmony. There is the inter and intrapersonal relationship. Interpersonal relationship is my relation with the other person. Intra will be relationship within myself. When I look at myself through various ways, I relate to myself through my meditation. Okay, interpersonal is my relation with the other people in the society. So this is how, when the interpersonal relationship and intrapersonal relationship is very good, then we are able to relate with others, and we have a good environment. Some importance of value education, responsibility. Of course, when we know the value of life, we have a responsibility towards the others. Sincerity we have, cooperation we have automatically. When we know the true value of something, we'll have responsibility, sincerity, cooperation, we have respect. Then scientific, temperament we'll have. Means, knowing for something, questioning why, how, when. Then sensitivity towards the others. Then tolerance we have. So all these, attributes are, coming under value when we know the true spirit of value. Significance of value education here: collective identity, promotes respect, understanding and diversity beyond. Okay, so I will not go much. Now here, global vision: deepen the knowledge of the world problems and values such as justice, dignity and equality everywhere globally. Education has to be global. Then just now I said it has to be reasonable, it has to follow logic, stimulates creative and systematic analysis. When we analyze something, we go into deep understanding of something. Then social skills we have teamwork, working together, supporting each other. Then empathy we have. What is the difference between sympathy and empathy? Can anyone tell? Empathy, sympathy. See, sympathy is looking at the things in my perspective, in my own way. Suppose anyone is sick. Sometimes we feel something very much pity for them, but we don't do for them anything, right? But when we have empathy for that sick person, I involve myself with him. Then of course cooperation we have. Promotes collaboration and find global solutions. When we are together, or all the countries are together, a global solution is found. Mostly the global warming, for example. Globally, all the countries are trying to solve the problem of global warming. Cooperation needed, and feeling of a universal bond is there. Here actually comes our responsibility. If you want others to learn some values in life, a better way is to teach them, but the best way is to live by those values yourself. And since we are the teachers, we are molding the young minds. First we have to practice. Without practice we cannot. Having lots of seminars every day will not be helpful unless and until it is grounded in our blood. Just look at it, everybody. Just evaluate it. Anything else? Any feeling did you get? Yes. Okay. Let's go next. I'll tell you. Which is more beautiful? Which one? Black one or fair one?
Black beauty.
In that place, both are beautiful.
In their place. No.
What I wanted to touch was,
Actually, sir, from our appearance, we cannot give others. For example, suppose I look too handsome, but my face is so cruel. I am looking so handsome, but at the time when I am delivering everything,
yes, you are handsome
That is-
within yourself.
Yeah.
But appearance.
I am showing myself, I am presenting myself as cruel. So that will be different.
In the precedent slide just now we saw, right? And here we saw. The thing I wanted to tell was, we look at the things as we are, we don't look at the things as they are. It is of a perspective. But the things as they are beautiful, right? But when we think that fair girl is beautiful, do you think? It is the dogma given to us. This is the bad teaching given to us through modernity. Only fair girls are beautiful. This is, this wrong information is, handing over from generation to generation. And we will teach, our children also will learn that, only fair girl is beautiful and black one is not. Even black are also beautiful. But nowadays also we can see in the advertisement, ये क्रीम लगाओ तो 5 दिन में इसे, fair and lovely, fair and handsome and all. And can you challenge that fair and lovely company to apply this fair and lovely to buffalo? Will it be fair? The buffalo will not be fair from fair and lovely. Sometimes long back one ad was coming about Raymond. The person comes and someone, and after wearing everything, he says, the complete man. Complete man. It means those people who wear Raymond clothes are only complete, or we are not complete. So this is the wrong conception also given to us. This is how we are trained. This is how we are trained. So just now here, the summary of those photos, beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. Of course. We look at the things as we are and not as they are. If you are looking at the things as we are, then problem comes. Okay, we are ignoring the appreciation of others. We don't value them. We have to evaluate ourselves constantly, reforming ourselves through meditation, relaxation. So we have to build the bridge. Remember that from ignorance to knowledge we have to go. Before going to that, I have to show one video.
आपको एक बात बताऊं? Don't build walls, ladies and gentlemen. Build bridges. कौन कभी लगेगा ना आपको? पता नहीं लगेगा. अपनी उस्तादी मत दिखाओ दोस्तों. Don't remain in the world of egoism by like cutting like I don't care. Don't do that. You never know when you need that same person. आपको कभी नहीं लगा था in the wildest of your dreams you may never have thought this is the person who I would need at this time in my life, and that time जोश में आके काट दिया था हमसे उसको. Never build walls, always build bridges, and you can only build bridges by friendship. You can only build bridges by forgiving. You can only build bridges by adjusting. You can only build bridges by letting go. You can only build bridges by giving up your akad. अखड़ने से कभी ब्रिज नहीं बनता. अखड़ने से दीवारें बनती हैं. अकड़ो पकड़ के दीवारें मत बनाओ. एडजस्ट कर लो, पुल बना, ब्रिजेस बना, क्योंकि उसी रास्ते कब चलना पड़ेगा पता नहीं होता।
So we will have to build bridges. So we teachers need to explore ourselves by following some kind of principles, by sharing others what we have in and with us. Because whatever knowledge we have to share with others. If you don't share our knowledge, if you die, then what is the use of knowledge having in us? So it is to share our knowledge with others so that others may be fruitful. By being content and satisfied with what we have. God has given the ample of talent, and talent we have to be satisfied. And one principle we have to follow is that accept what you get, don't expect what you want. But when you expect many things you want, I want this one, I want that one, all those, then problem comes.
Yes, I was thinking.
Learning by observing others how they do good. Learning and observing others how they do good. We have to learn from others also. We have to take the example of other people.
Vijay sir also.
Being with nature and listening to what it says to us, right? We have to be sometimes the nature. We are living in this hectic world since morning till night. This kind of problem, that kind of problem. We have to look after a household. We have to run here and there. As a result, we are not able to know ourselves. We need, we are not machine. Okay, we are not machine. So we have to get some kind of refreshment. We have to be in the nature, being with our fellow beings, having good time. What does value education shape our children? So it ensures the holistic approach to what to a child's personality development. Of course, we will not go much. It gives patriotic feeling as well as the values of good citizenship in students. It helps the student understand the importance of brotherhood in the national level as well as the international level also. Value education. Developing good manners and responsibility and cooperativeness. It shows the creativity of our children, curiosity, showing their talents. Teaches students about how to make sound decision on the basis of moral principles. Okay? So let's create a value-filled environment around us. The responsibility is in you and me. Thank you. Any question, please? No question, then you have to hurry up. I thank you for your patience listening to me. I hope it was very boring or maybe some kind of informative or something like that. Just I tried my best to present the topic I have chosen. Thank you very much. All the best. Have a great day.